Like I said in the video about mixing, the most important part of the frequency separation workflow is mixing, and I would rather have you spend a lot of time and a lot of energy learning how to mix instead of doing the separation process all over again. And so there's a way that you can make Photoshop do the separation for us, and we only have to do the mixing and the cloning and the rest of the stages after that, and that is done by using an action. If you guys remember in the video I did about other uses of frequency separation, I was just pressing a shortcut. For example, if I want to separate this particular image, I'm going to press Shift and F2 and see what happens. Observe here. Separation done. If I want to separate this other one, I can just come here and delete this one. Then I'm going to press Control F2. That's another shortcut. Another action. I have 3 actions. The difference is the radius, and I can come here to this other image. This one runs on 12. I'm going to separate it using Shift F2. You can see how fast and convenient it is. Okay, so in this particular video, I'll show you guys how to create your own Photoshop action for the sake of doing a FS for you, and you're just going to be spending your time doing cleaning, mixing, and cloning exercise. Okay, so let's open our image, and I'm going to delete this. And now what you need to do, let me explain what an action is, okay? In the video about the process of separation, you guys remember the steps: duplicate, add a blur, apply image, change mode, duplicate again, clip, do this, clip again, put to a group, expand the group, and then pick the mixer brush, turn off the texture, select the color copy, and we are done. So Photoshop is going to save all those steps for us when you do them. Then whenever we now press our shortcut, it's going to do that instead of us doing it ourselves. Okay, so that's called an action. So Photoshop is going to save those steps as we do them. Then once we stop and save that particular action, whenever you press our shortcut, is going to run that particular set of steps and do the separation for us. So how is that done? Number one, go to your window, then click on actions. You're going to get a new window here, and in the new window, the first thing you're supposed to do is make a new set. So I think of a set like a folder of actions. So you're going to have a set, then within the set you can have several actions inside. Okay, so in case you want to share your actions with someone, you share the set, not the action itself. So I'm going to call it FS class, like that. That's the name I've given it. So then I now need to make a new action. So I'm going to come here again, like that. Then I'm going to click on new action. I'm going to get a new window. I'm going to call that new action. Let me start with FS for close-up, which is going to have a radius of 12. Okay, so FS for close-up, like that. So then the set, I'm going to pick the FS class. Then the function key is the shortcut key that I have to press to get that action running. Okay, so I'm going to pick maybe F6 and Shift. So that means that whenever I press Shift and F6, it is going to do this particular action for me. So from here, I'm supposed to hit record. But before I hit record, let me just give a disclaimer. The moment we hit record, Photoshop is going to be recording every step we do. So anything that we do, including the mistakes that we are going to be making and undoing, it is going to record. So once you hit record, please try and do a very clean take of the separation process all the way up to the end, then hit save. In case you mess up and you have to do and undo a lot, please stop, then start the process all over again. So let's do the separation process, and I'm going to press record. So I'm going to duplicate, and now observe up here, whatever I do is going to be written up here by Photoshop, and you can see it's recording. It's okay. Control JJ, you can see it's making a new copy. So then I'm renaming that to color. And so whatever I'm doing, Photoshop is going to be noting up here. Then I'm going to rename that to texture, like that. So then I'm going to turn off the texture, pick the color, go to filter, go to blur, Gaussian blur. I'm going to put a radius of 12 because it is a close-up photo. Then I'm going to click OK. So then I'm going to turn on the texture layer, select it, go to image, go to apply image. Then I'm going to leave the source as is. For the layer, I'm going to pick color. For the blending, I'm going to pick subtract, Then for the scale 2 and offset 128, I can see my image is grayscale and my texture good enough. I'm going to hit OK. So then I'm going to make the backup layers now. I'm going to start with the texture. I'm going to Control J like that. So then I'm going to turn the mode of the texture layer from normal to linear light like that. Then I'm going to clip the texture copy to the texture by pressing Alt and bring my cursor in here, and now have my image back. Then I'm going to duplicate the color layer also, Control J like that. Then I'm going to clip it. Then I'm going to select the 4 new layers like that, press Shift, then Control G to create a group. I'm going to call the group FS like that, press enter. Then I'm going to collapse the group like that. Then I'm going to turn off the texture copy, the texture layer. I'm going to select the color copy, and since I have already the mixer brush selected, I'm going to leave it like that, and I'm going to hit stop. Okay, now you can see what I've done. What I've just done is done the process of separation all over again, but now I was recording it. Now Photoshop is going to do whatever I've recorded whenever I press my Shift plus F6. So in case you are not able to follow my process of separation here, just go back to the video on the process of separation, refer to it, and now once you remember those particular steps, come and do the same process but recording the action. Okay, now if that was nicely done, if I delete this particular group, then I press my Shift and F6, I'm supposed to have my separation done, and voila, we are good to go. And just now remember, since you're going to be separating 3 types of photos, we need to have 3 actions. So I have an action for this, an action for the close-ups with a radius of 12. So I need to make another action for the half body photos with a radius of 8. So same process. I'm going to make another action, new action. No, I'm going to first of all delete all these layers like that. So then I'm going to make another action now with a radius of 6. Let me go to another photo that I can use that. Yes, I'm going to use this one here. So I'm going to delete all these layers. We need to start with no layer in the, apart from the original image. So then I'm going to go to new menu, new action. So then I'm going to call it, I'm going to retain the set. The name is going to be FS for half body like that. So then I'm going to, for the function tree, I'm going to pick the same F6, but now with Shift and Control. Okay. So then I'm going to hit record. So the moment I hit record, is going to knock down whatever I'm going to be doing. So same process. Control JJ. This is going to be color. This is going to be the color. It's going to be the texture. So then turn off the texture, pick the color, filter, blur, Gaussian blur. I'm going to put a blur of 8 for this particular size of image. I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to pick the texture layer. I'm going to apply image. So image, apply image like that. All my settings are correct, but I'm going to change the layer from merged to color. Then I can see my texture already. Then I'm going to hit OK. So then I'm going to turn the blending mode of the texture layer from normal to linear light like that. Then I'm going to duplicate it, Control J, and I'm going to clip by pressing Alt, bring my cursor here. Then I'm going to change the blending mode of the texture copy from linear light back to normal. I'm going to go to the color layer, Control J, then clip it like that, pick the 4 layers, press Shift, put them in a group. Call the group FS like that, then expand the group, turn off the texture, pick the color, and stop the action. And now if I run the action, let me delete this. We said the shortcut is Shift, Control, F6, and like you can see, here is my FS being done. So I'm going to share my FS actions with you guys in the link to this particular video. In case you have a struggle creating your own actions, I'm going to share my FS actions, and that is going to be the end of this particular video. And that's how you create an action for IFS, or how you create an action for anything in Photoshop. The name is Simon Chege. See you in the last part as we sign up the course and call it a day. Bye-bye.